Hold on, something is trying to reach you right now, and the fact that you're here means you were meant to hear this today. Have you noticed the strange pressure in the air, the sudden shift in your mind, your mood, or your spirit, like something is quietly preparing you for a turning point? That's not random. The new moon energy rising this November is opening a breakthrough moment, and the chosen ones feel it before it shows up in their physical lives. This isn't the usual kind of change. It's the kind that pulls you without warning, pushes old things out of your path, and brings new signs into your day when you least expect them. If you've been sensing odd messages, unusual timing, or a nudge you can't explain, you're already in the middle of it. In this video, we will break down the 6 signs that this new moon breakthrough is starting for you today. Signs that show your path is shifting, your spirit is strengthening, and your next chapter is forming behind the scenes. Stay with this message. Something important is being revealed to you right now. One of the strongest signs that this new moon breakthrough has already begun is the sudden clarity that hits you out of nowhere. It's not forced, and it doesn't come from overthinking. It arrives quietly, like a moment where everything lines up in your mind, even if you weren't searching for answers. You may wake up one morning and just know what needs to change. Thoughts that once felt heavy or confusing suddenly feel simple. Problems that used to exhaust you now look manageable, almost obvious. It's like your spirit switches on a light in a room you didn't realize had a switch. This clarity often shows up in small ways. You see someone's true intentions more clearly. You recognize a habit that no longer supports you. You understand why certain things happen the way they did. You feel a clean yes or no inside your body about a decision. What's happening is alignment. When a breakthrough is forming, God removes the mental fog that kept you stuck. You begin to sense the right direction naturally, and you stop fighting yourself. This clarity is your signal that the new chapter is already unfolding, one thought at a time. Another major sign that this new moon breakthrough is starting is the sudden emotional distance you feel from things that used to control your routine or mindset. It's not that you're forcing a change, you simply don't connect with certain patterns the same way anymore. You might notice you're losing interest in habits that once felt comforting, whether it's a way you used to cope, a routine you followed out of habit, or even the people you used to turn to. What once felt familiar now feels draining, heavy, or strangely out of place. It's like your spirit is quietly stepping out of an old version of your life without you even realizing it. This detachment can look like feeling uninterested in repeating the same arguments or emotional patterns, noticing you're less available for negativity or drama, realizing certain routines no longer reflect the person you're becoming, feeling a natural distance from people who keep you stuck in old energy. This shift isn't rejection, it's growth. When a breakthrough is forming, you outgrow cycles that were built on survival, fear, or past experiences. Your spirit starts preparing space for something healthier, higher, and more aligned. This detachment is your inner confirmation. You're moving forward even before the evidence shows up. A powerful sign that this new moon breakthrough is unfolding is when certain situations, connections, or opportunities suddenly come to an end. At first, it can feel confusing or even unfair, but when you look closely, you'll notice these endings remove what was quietly blocking your growth. Sometimes God closes a door you would have never closed by yourself. You might lose interest in someone who once felt important, or a plan you were holding onto suddenly falls apart. A conversation might shift your entire perspective, showing you that a path you thought was right was actually draining you. These moments are not accidents, they are divine redirections. This often shows up as a friendship fading without conflict, a job opportunity not working out at the last minute, a sudden shift in someone's behavior that reveals their true nature, a routine or environment becoming uncomfortable overnight. Even when it feels inconvenient, these endings protect your future. They remove distractions, hidden traps, and emotional weights you didn't see clearly. They make space for blessings that require a cleaner, safer environment to grow. Every ending during a breakthrough season is a setup for alignment. It's your sign that something better is preparing to enter. As this new moon breakthrough activates, your inner senses begin to heighten in ways that are hard to ignore. You start picking up on things faster, noticing signals you once overlooked, and feeling guided even when nothing around you makes logical sense. Your intuition becomes louder, not in a dramatic way, but in a steady, consistent way that gently nudges you toward or away from certain choices. You may find yourself sensing people's intentions before they speak, predicting outcomes without effort, or feeling an internal stop or go that feels unmistakably clear. This sign often shows up as vivid dreams that feel symbolic or meaningful, a sudden sensitivity to negative or fake energy, a strong pull to trust your gut even without proof, repeating signs, numbers, or phrases showing up throughout your day. These moments are not random. When a breakthrough is forming, your spiritual senses turn up so you can navigate the shift with awareness instead of confusion. Your inner world becomes sharper because your outer world is preparing to change. You're not imagining it, you're being guided, and the more you trust these signals, the smoother the breakthrough unfolds. When a breakthrough is starting, you often feel an unexpected push to clean, sort, plan, or rearrange parts of your life that you've ignored for a long time. This doesn't come from stress, it comes from alignment. Your spirit is creating space before the new blessings arrive. You might suddenly want to clean your room, organize your schedule, delete old messages, or distance yourself from overwhelming responsibilities. These actions may feel small, but they're signs that your energy is shifting. You're preparing emotionally, mentally, and physically for what's coming next. This urge can show up as feeling uncomfortable with clutter or unfinished tasks, rewriting goals or rethinking priorities, losing interest in distractions that waste your time, setting better boundaries because chaos feels heavier than usual. It's not just tidying up, it's your spirit clearing out what no longer fits the person you're becoming. This is why the urge often appears suddenly, because the breakthrough requires a cleaner foundation, and you can sense it even before you see it. When you feel this push to reorganize or reset your life, trust it. It's a sign that the new moon energy is helping you step into a more stable, focused version of yourself. A clear sign that this new moon breakthrough is unfolding is the unexpected emotional relief that shows up after a period of heaviness. You may not fully understand why, but the stress that once weighed you down starts to loosen its hold. It feels like someone quietly lifted a burden you didn't realize you were carrying. This shift often arrives after days, or even weeks, of tension, overthinking, or emotional fatigue. Then suddenly your mind feels lighter, your heart feels calmer, and you feel able to breathe again. It's not that every problem disappears, but your relationship to those problems changes. They no longer control your mood or drain your spirit the same way. You might notice this release through feeling more peaceful when you wake up, crying unexpectedly and feeling better afterward, letting go of something you were holding onto too tightly, experiencing a wave of calm for no logical reason. This happens because spiritual pressure builds right before a shift, and when the breakthrough begins, the pressure releases to make space for clarity, direction, and new energy. This emotional lightness isn't random. It's confirmation that your breakthrough has already started, and your spirit can finally feel the change arriving. Another sign that this new moon breakthrough is taking shape is when some people naturally drift out of your life. There's no fight, no drama, no big moment, just distance. Messages slow down, conversations feel different, or the connection simply fades. It can feel strange at first, but this separation is a form of spiritual protection. When your energy shifts, not everyone can move with you. Some people were tied to an older version of you, your old mindset, old habits, old wounds, As you grow, the connection no longer fits. This isn't about blame or negativity, it's about alignment. Your path is adjusting, and the people who aren't meant to be part of your breakthrough simply fall away. This can show up as friends losing interest or becoming less responsive, feeling disconnected from someone you used to rely on, sensing that a relationship isn't aligned with your growth, outgrowing conversations that once felt normal. Instead of chasing these connections, you begin to accept the distance. That acceptance itself is a sign of growth. God removes people quietly when He knows they can't walk with you into the next chapter, or when their presence would limit what's being prepared for you. Letting go is not loss. It's clearing space for the right people, the right support, and the right energy to enter your life. When a breakthrough is unfolding, life begins to place new opportunities in front of you, often at the exact moment you stop chasing and start aligning. These opportunities can be small or subtle, but they carry a sense of perfect timing, almost like they were waiting for this season to show up. You might receive a message from someone you haven't spoken to in years, offering help or guidance. A job, idea, or open door might present itself in a way you didn't expect. Even a random conversation can lead you towards something meaningful. These moments feel too aligned to be coincidences, and that's because they're not. This sign often shows up through a sudden invitation or offer that fits your goals, a new path appearing just when you thought nothing was changing, meeting someone who inspires or supports your next step, receiving information, advice, or resources at perfect timing. These opportunities don't force themselves, they simply flow into your life. You don't have to push hard, you just feel guided to say yes, or at least pay attention. This is how God transitions you from waiting to receiving. When new doors begin to appear with ease, it's confirmation that your breakthrough is already unfolding behind the scenes. A major sign that the new moon breakthrough has begun is the quiet but persistent pull you feel toward a new direction. It's not loud and it's not dramatic. It's subtle, almost like a gentle tug inside your spirit that keeps pointing you toward a different version of yourself. You may not know exactly what you're being pulled toward, but you can sense that something is shifting. You start noticing new interests, new goals, or new dreams forming in your mind. Things that never mattered before suddenly catch your attention. You feel drawn to environments that support your growth and repelled by anything that feels limiting or stagnant. This inner pull often shows up as feeling curious about a new idea or path, wanting to try something you once felt unsure about, feeling restless when staying in the same old routines, feeling guided toward a decision you don't fully understand yet. This isn't confusion, it's alignment. Your spirit recognizes what's coming before your mind does. That pull is a sign that your energy is shifting upward and life is positioning you for the next chapter. You may not have the full picture yet, but you can feel the direction. Trust this pull. It's your inner compass adjusting to the breakthrough that's already forming around you. When a breakthrough is in motion, your spiritual awareness heightens and you begin noticing signs that once blended into the background, especially repeating numbers and synchronicities. These aren't random moments, they're signals that your path is aligning with something higher. You may start seeing numbers like 111, 222, 444, or your birth date in unexpected places, on receipts, clocks, car plates, or notifications. You might hear the same phrase from different people on the same day or receive reminders that connect perfectly to your thoughts or emotions. These patterns feel intentional because they are. Synchronicities can show up as hearing a message that answers a question you never spoke aloud, thinking about someone moments before they contact you, seeing repeated signs that match your current situation, feeling like certain moments are too perfectly timed. These signs show that your spirit is tuning into a new frequency. They guide you, reassure you, and confirm that the shift you're sensing is real. It's the universe's way of saying, keep going, you're aligned, something is unfolding. Synchronicities don't just appear during breakthroughs, they increase. And when they appear consistently, it's a strong indication that your breakthrough is actively unfolding. A strong sign that this new moon breakthrough has already started is when you wake up feeling different, lighter, clearer, or more focused, even if nothing has changed in your outer world yet. It's like your spirit is ahead of your physical reality, already stepping into the next chapter before you see it unfold. You may notice you're waking up earlier without forcing yourself, or you feel more alert the moment you open your eyes. There's a subtle motivation you didn't have before, a quiet readiness that pushes you to move forward. Even if life still has challenges, something inside you feels stronger and more stable. This shift often shows up as feeling refreshed after days of emotional heaviness, waking up with thoughts of improvement, goals, or new ideas, feeling excited about your future for no clear reason, having more physical or emotional energy without explanation. This new energy isn't random. It's the internal confirmation that your spirit is aligning with what's coming next. Your mind may not fully understand it, but your soul already knows a breakthrough is forming. When you begin waking up with a sense of purpose, even a small one, that's a clear sign your inner world is preparing you for the blessings that are approaching. Another sign that this new moon breakthrough is taking effect is the sudden change in your emotional and motivational patterns. You may notice your mood rising and falling more quickly than usual, not in a chaotic way, but in a way that pushes you toward clarity. You might feel energized one moment and reflective the next. You may lose interest in something instantly, only to find yourself drawn toward something new moments later. These shifts aren't instability, they're recalibration. Your spirit is sorting through what aligns with your future and what doesn't, and your emotions are helping you decide where to place your energy. This sign often appears as feeling inspired to take action, and then suddenly realizing what no longer matters. Getting flashes of motivation that push you forward. Feeling emotionally sensitive when something is out of alignment. Sensing when a situation or person is draining your energy. These changes are guiding you, not confusing you. They help you detach from what's meant to end and pay attention to what's meant to grow. You're not becoming inconsistent, you're becoming intentional. This emotional and motivational shift is a sign that your inner world is adjusting to the new path forming in front of you. It's all part of stepping into the breakthrough energy. A powerful sign that this new moon breakthrough is underway is when you start feeling disconnected from the version of yourself you used to be. It's not forced, and it's not dramatic. You just quietly realize you don't think, react, or move through life the same way anymore. You may notice that certain behaviors, beliefs, or attitudes no longer feel like you. Things you once tolerated now feel uncomfortable. Habits that used to feel normal suddenly feel heavy. Even your inner voice starts sounding wiser, calmer, or more confident than before. This identity shift isn't a loss, it's a transformation. This change often shows up as feeling like you've outgrown your past self, not reacting to triggers the way you once did, realizing you want different things than you used to, feeling more aware of your worth, values, and boundaries. You're not becoming someone new, you're becoming someone more aligned. Your old identity served a purpose, but your next chapter requires a stronger, clearer version of you. That's why parts of your old self begin to fall away naturally. When you start noticing this inner shift, it's confirmation that your breakthrough is shaping who you're becoming, not just what you're receiving. Another sign that this new moon breakthrough is unfolding is the sudden arrival of fresh ideas, solutions, or visions for your future. These thoughts appear naturally, without pressure, almost as if your mind is being gently upgraded from within. You may find yourself thinking about possibilities you never considered before. A business idea might come to you while you're doing something simple like walking, cooking, or resting. A solution to a long-term problem might show up the moment you stop stressing about it. Even a passing thought can spark a new direction. This often shows up as receiving creative ideas when you least expect them, feeling inspired to start something new or revisit something old, seeing a clear next step after months of confusion, having small moments of insight that feel meaningful. These new ideas aren't random, they're signs that your inner world is opening. When a breakthrough approaches, your mind becomes more receptive. You begin tapping into perspectives and solutions you couldn't access before. These ideas are not meant to overwhelm you, they're meant to guide you. They're gentle signals showing you where your energy wants to go next. When ideas start flowing easily, it's a clear confirmation that your breakthrough is preparing the next version of your path. A major sign that your new moon breakthrough is in motion is the quiet sense of protection you start feeling around you. It's not dramatic, and it's not something you can always explain. It's a steady awareness that you're being guided, even during moments that should feel confusing or overwhelming. You may notice that things work out at the very last minute, almost like something stepped in to help. You might avoid a mistake without knowing why, or feel a sudden urge to change directions that ends up saving you from a setback. You may even sense a peaceful presence during a difficult moment, something that makes you feel less alone, even without visible support. This guidance often shows up as feeling calm in situations where you used to panic, being nudged away from people or places that aren't good for you, receiving comfort through music, signs, or random moments, avoiding problems or drama without trying. This feeling of being watched over isn't your imagination. When a breakthrough is activating, divine protection becomes stronger. You are moved around, shielded, and positioned in ways you can't always see but can definitely feel. It's your confirmation that you're not walking into this new chapter alone. Something greater is guiding every step. One of the clearest signs that your new moon breakthrough is unfolding is when the things you once prayed for begin lining up behind the scenes, often long before you see the full results. It's like life is rearranging itself piece by piece to match the desires you've been holding in your heart. You might notice small hints that your prayers are being answered. A message comes at the right moment. A long-standing block suddenly weakens. Someone appears with the exact support or information you needed. These moments may seem small on their own, but together they create a pattern you can't ignore. This alignment often shows up as unexpected progress in goals that once felt stuck, hearing about opportunities related to your prayers, receiving encouragement that matches your inner desires, feeling closer to what you want, even without big changes yet. It's the spiritual version of a puzzle coming together. You first see the edges, then the shapes, then the picture becomes clearer, and even before the full manifestation arrives, you sense it forming. This is how breakthroughs work. They build quietly, piece by piece, until the full blessing appears. When your prayers begin moving in small but meaningful ways, it's a sign that your breakthrough is already on the way. Here is key point 17, expanded with emotional clarity, relatable examples, and a grounded motivational tone, without repeating anything from earlier points. A powerful sign that this new moon breakthrough is taking effect is the increase in your spiritual sensitivity. You start picking up on things more quickly, feeling energy shifts more intensely, and recognizing truths you once overlooked. It's as if your inner senses are tuning into a higher frequency. You may notice that you become more aware of people's intentions, their tone, their energy, their reactions. You sense when something feels off without needing proof. Your heart responds faster, your intuition becomes clearer, and you feel guided in moments where you used to feel uncertain. This heightened sensitivity shows up as feeling the emotional atmosphere of a room within seconds, picking up on tension or dishonesty before it's visible, getting strong emotional signals about choices or people, noticing that your body reacts instantly to negative energy. Instead of overwhelming you, this sensitivity begins to protect you. You're able to sense what aligns with your spirit and what doesn't. You trust your feelings more because they show you the truth before the situation does. This increase in spiritual awareness is not random, it's preparation. You are being equipped to navigate your breakthrough with clarity, confidence, and discernment. Your spirit is becoming sharper because your life is about to rise to a new level. A clear sign that your new moon breakthrough is taking shape is when the fears that once controlled you begin to fade. You may still remember them, but they no longer feel as heavy, intimidating, or impossible to face. It's like something inside you suddenly stands taller, stronger, and more willing to move forward. You might notice that situations which used to trigger anxiety now feel manageable. Conversations you once avoided become easier. Plans that felt risky before now feel necessary. It's not that the fear completely disappears, it's that it no longer stops you from taking the next step. This shift often appears through feeling less nervous about things you used to overthink, speaking up in moments where you once stayed silent, taking small risks that push you out of your comfort zone, realizing you're not as affected by people's opinions anymore. This is a sign of inner strength rising, not pressure. When a breakthrough is coming, your spirit naturally sheds the emotional weight that kept you stuck. You begin choosing courage over fear, clarity over doubt, and growth over comfort. When your fears lose their grip, it means your spirit is stepping into alignment with the future you prayed for. You're not becoming fearless, you're becoming unstoppable. One of the strongest signs that this new moon breakthrough is unfolding is the unexplainable feeling that something big is coming. You can't point to any physical evidence yet, but your spirit knows. It's a quiet excitement, a rising awareness, or a steady inner shift that tells you change is on the way. You may catch yourself preparing for something you can't name. You feel more alert, more aware, and more expectant without knowing why. It's the same feeling people get before good news arrives. Your inner world senses the movement long before your outer world reflects it. This sign often appears as feeling mentally or emotionally ready without a specific reason, sensing that your current situation is temporary, feeling hopeful even when circumstances look unchanged, having a strong inner knowing that your life is about to elevate. This feeling is not wishful thinking, it's spiritual alignment. Your intuition is picking up on what's forming behind the scenes. Breakthrough energy always shows up internally first, because your spirit receives the update before your environment does. When you feel this unshakable sense of something is shifting, trust it. It's the early signal that your next chapter is already moving toward you. The final sign of this new moon breakthrough is a calm inner knowing that your life is rising to a higher level, even if you can't see the full picture yet. It's not hype, it's not forced positivity, and it's not denial. It's a steady, peaceful confidence that something better is on its way to you. You may not have all the answers, but you don't feel as desperate for them anymore. You're less attached to how things used to be and more open to what they could become. Even on difficult days, there's a small part of you that refuses to give up, because deep down you know, this is not the end of my story. This quiet upgrade shows up as feeling more hopeful than your circumstances suggest, being willing to release what doesn't fit your future, trusting that delays are not denials, feeling deep inside that you are being prepared, not punished. This inner knowing is one of the strongest confirmations that your breakthrough has already started. It means your spirit has agreed with the new chapter God is writing for you, and once your spirit agrees, your life begins to follow. You don't have to see every step right now. That quiet confidence inside you is the sign you are already walking into your upgrade. If you're experiencing even a few of these signs, then the new moon breakthrough we talked about isn't just a possibility, it's already moving through your life. Every shift, every nudge, every moment of clarity is getting you toward the version of yourself you were always meant to become. This season is not here to overwhelm you, it's here to elevate you. At Cosmic Shift, I want you to remember this: You are not behind, you are not forgotten, and you are not stuck. You are being prepared. Sometimes the most powerful transformations start quietly in the places no one else sees. Trust what you feel. Trust where you're being guided. Your breakthrough is not coming, it's unfolding right now. Before you go, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which sign connected with you the most? Share it in the comments so others can feel supported too. And if this message spoke to your spirit, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more guidance on your path. Here's your affirmation for today. I am aligned, guided, and ready for my breakthrough. Comment this below to claim it and step into your next chapter with confidence.